Welcome back everyone to Trails in the Sky second chapter. At the moment we are in chapter 3 in Grand South Castle. We're currently investigating a couple things. We're doing the missing exhibit from the History Museum. We're also looking for Ren's parents. And then we're investigating the threatening letters that everybody who's involved with the peace treaty received. In the last episode we talked to the queen and to the maid in the castle, so we're done with this portion of it. Next we're going to head over to the embassies, which will be interesting because we have not gotten to go in the embassies before, so this will be completely new for this game. I really like that they did that in this game. They give you a lot of the same areas. So, you know, we've been to a lot of places that we've already been, already know the layout of them all and stuff, but they also give you new places. Like how the harbor was open here, and it wasn't in the last game, so it was a completely new area that we never got to see in first chapter. Oh, Olivier. You continue to play your role well, Bergen. I would like to enter. May we pass? I can't say no to you, but, who's with you? Oh, we're from the Bracer Guild. We'd like to ask the ambassador a few things, if that's okay. We thought we'd try having Olivier introduce us. Oh, okay. Well, I can certainly let you in, but Lord Ambassador Cranon and Major Vander are out at the moment, you see. Oh, it's probably a good thing Vander's gone. That would not end well for Olivier. What shall we do, Estelle? We can wait inside. We could, but we're kind of burning daylight here, so I'd like to visit some of the other places while we wait. We could visit the Erebonian Embassy first, then. Yes, getting back here won't take long after meeting with Elsa. It's decided then. We'll be back later, sir. I'll let the Major know you were here. See you later. Not good for Olivier. It's very bad news for him. Vander's not gonna be happy. Hey, how goes? Huh? Zin! Holy crap! Wasting time in Liberalville again? Huh, something like that. Thought I'd say hello to Elsa, and I have something I need to talk to her about. Is she in? Well, I haven't seen her leave, so I guess she's around. Oh, who's with you? Gotta ask, you know, policy. Oh, they're helping me with some guild work. I'm going to introduce them to Elsa. Oh, well, okay. If they're with you, Zin, I guess I can let them in. So, welcome to the Erebonian Embassy. Oh, do keep in mind that the Embassy Hall is Calvard soil. Calvard and Liberal are friends, but still, keep your nose clean, eh? You hear that, Olivier? And again, my heart is assaulted with arrows. How little trust you have in me. I mean, if they knew you're Erebonian, they might not let you in. Ooh, it gets the same music as the castle. That's cool. Oh, magnificent. Wow, this is the Erebonian Embassy? I didn't expect it to be quite so fancy. And yet, it's a bit exotic as well. I really like it. Well, quite a few people from even farther east have settled in Calvard, you know. They've had an impact on our culture, too. Anyway, Elsa's office is the furthest room on the second floor. Alrighty. First we gotta walk around and explore. This place is new. Pretty, though. Kinda like the color scheme. My, is that hulk of a man over there Zin? I don't even need to see your face to know. Hey, are you seriously going to judge based on my body size? I thought you were a bear when we first met. That's true, she did. Jeez. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, this episode might end up being a little bit short. I think we'll do the main quest stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to think. My brain's not working so well. I want to actually read the books, and I want to read them out loud, but I'm considering doing like a different series on my channel of me just like reading all the books from this game, because there's a lot of them. But we are also on foreign soil with books about a knight. So I think right now we're just gonna quickly skip through, and then at some point I will come back and actually read them all. Just gotta make sure there's nothing in here, because this seems very likely that this could be where Blue Blanc hit it. I'm skipping through it kind of quickly because I will come back and read it later. I just want to see if Blue Blanc hid this stupid clue in here. Oh. Yep. There's a card trapped between the pages. The door has already been opened. Join the Dance of the Valorous. Oh, look what I found. Oh, I get it. I guess this is technically considered Republican territory. It absolutely is a foreign man's. And the Blue Knight is a character from the novel, I think. Jeez, he sure is detailed. What do you mean you think, Chloe? What? This is literally... Isn't this the story they did the play on? Wasn't the Doll Knight what the play was? So yes, there was a Blue Knight. Either you or Estelle played the Blue Knight. What does she mean, I think? She should know that story. Anyway, I got a feeling that this next one's the last of them. Dance of the Valorous. Well, now where could that be? Chloe. Why, if it isn't Zin? Counselor, a pleasure. All together here. Are they your guests? Yes, they're co-workers with the guild. Are you here about the threat letter? It's as you guessed. It's a request from the Royal Army. Do you have any ideas? Threat letters like that aren't exactly rare in the Republic. To be honest, I barely paid it any heed at all. True, there are a lot of radical groups in the country. Yes. They always cause trouble when the issue of immigration comes up. Well, this time at least I can't say anything. Why don't you see what Ambassador Cochrane thinks first? Yes, we'll go do that right now, if you'll pardon us. Wow, this place is pretty big. I won't have time to bother with you for a while. Rude. Okay, this must be the right door. This should be the ambassador's office. Shall we say hello to Elsa? Alright, let me introduce you. I think that's giving you the option to go back and get the card out of the book if you hadn't already. Because I have a feeling once you do this, we might not be able to go back. Yes, come in. Pardon us, Elsa. Don't worry, guys. I have a plan for the book thing. I will be doing a separate Purple Turtle audiobook reading, but not during the playthrough of this game. I will have them separated. Why, Zin Vathic! Hello, come in. Last I heard, you'd returned to Calvard. What's an old dog like you doing back here in Grancel? Well, let's just say this old dog had a trick or two more to show off. I'll likely be here in Liberl for a while. As to be expected of an A-rank bracer, I suppose. You never let up, do you? So who's this with you? A pleasure to meet you, ma'am. I'm Estelle Bright of the Bracer Guild. These are our, assistants, Olivier Lenheim and Chloe Rins. A pleasure, Ambassador. It's a pleasure to meet you, Ambassador. The pleasure is mine. I'm Elsa Cochran, Calvard's ambassador to Liberl. I get the feeling this is a bit more than a social call, though. I'm afraid so. Ah, that letter, yes. You're helping the Royal Army investigate the matter, then? Technically, yes. Threats of terrorism aren't exactly something the Guild can ignore either, though. Would you mind helping us out? Well, I suppose. We're well stuck into the situation, after all. What would you like to know? Well, to start with, do you have any idea who would have sent the letter? Like, does anyone in the Republic oppose the signing of the pact? Or, well, of course. You're looking at one, after all. Huh? Elsa, please. Try not to tease the kids too much, yeah? Well, the truth's the truth, Sin. I'm pretty sure I've chewed your ear off about Erebonia enough for you to know what I think, Well, yes. Still, Miss Bright, don't misunderstand me. President Rocksmith and Parliament have already approved the pact. My personal feelings won't get in the way of my job. Right. Is there anyone else from Calvard who might oppose the pact? Oh, certainly. They're all tiny groups, though, and to be honest, there's no real reason to oppose it anyway. No reason? I don't quite follow. It's not worth bothering. The pact doesn't have any practical effect. It's simply agreeing to the statement, we shall not rely on violence to solve international problems, and negotiate instead. It's more of a declaration than anything else, but it does little more than a promise which can be broken without consequence, save a loss of face, no? Precisely. The worst it could do would be to rally other countries against the aggressor. Now, it's true that relations between Erebonia and Calvard have gotten even worse than usual over the past decade, so there is some value in establishing Liberl as a place where we can negotiate. But again, who'd bother opposing that? Yeah. It doesn't really seem like the thing you'd send a bunch of threatening letters about. Well, Ambassador Cochran, if you don't believe someone from Calvard is the perpetrator, then whom do you suspect? Well, my gut, of course, tells me to blame it all on the Erebonians, their militaristic Hawk faction specifically. But frankly, even they have the new engine on the line. They aren't so stupid as to cut off their noses to spite their faces. Blah. New engine? Wait, you mean the one from the Arcee? Yes, an engineering sample will be provided to both Calvard and Erebonia. It'll happen right after the signing, in fact. Whoa! As to be expected of Queen Alicia, she holds both Empire and Republic in the palm of her hand. Yes, I have to admit she's handled this masterfully. That cutting-edge engine is going to birth a whole new generation of airship designs, and Alicia is practically handing it out, so long as you sign this agreement. And play nice with it and each other, at least for a while. Even the most testosterone-poisoned ninnies among the Erebonian Hawks wouldn't want to miss this chance. Testosterone-poisoned ninnies. That is the best insult I think I've ever heard for a man. Yeah, I guess so. Which means, of course, that the possibility that either Republic or the Empire interfering directly is pretty low. Indeed. I'm sorry I can't be of more help. No, you were a big help. Just being able to cross suspects off the list helps a lot. Oh, speaking of which though, we'd like to ask you about something else. Harold Hayworth, a merchant from Crossbell. I can't say it rings any bells, I'm sorry. He's never visited the embassy, at least. Darn. Well, thanks. Do remember that crossbow sits directly between Erebonian and Calvert, however. You may want to inquire at the Erebonian Embassy as well. Okay, thanks, Ambassador. And thanks for being so open with us. You're quite welcome. I'm glad I could help. By the way, you said your name is Estelle Bright? You wouldn't happen to be Brigadier General Bright's daughter? Oh, you know Dad? Of course. The heroic vanquisher of the Imperial Army, and now the head of Liberal's Royal Army? I'd heard he had a daughter, but I didn't expect to meet you like this. Well, I'm just kind of an inexperienced newbie myself, still. You're off to a good start then, I think. We at the Embassy have relied on the Guild a number of times in the past. Should the time come again, I hope you'll aid us, Miss Bright. Well, if the chance comes up, sure. Well, we'll see you around. Okay, so now can I go back to the Erebonian Embassy, or do they still need more time? Oh, hello again. Lord Ambassador Crana and Major Vander just returned. Ah, perfect timing. Can we go in then? Sure. Welcome to the Erebonian Embassy. Do remember that the embassy is Erebonian soil, so be careful, yeah? We will be. Yeah, that looks about right for Erebonia. This is quite the building. Whoa. This place definitely matches the Calvardian Embassy in terms of fanciness. Grandiose, and yet powerful at the same time. It's very imperial, if nothing else. It is a stage upon which the Empire can parade its influence and power. Alas, that the actors are unequal to the set dressing. You realize Lord Crana would hit the roof if he heard you say that. Hey, Vander! Ah, my most bosom companion. It has been an age. Are you well, dear Mueller? I would be better if I could cut you in half and be done with it. I told you again and again to ensure we're constantly aware of your location, and you... Ah, but 'tis a tactic in the war of love. Did you know absence makes the heart grow fonder? Estelle Bright, you have my thanks. I can only imagine the trouble this idiot's been causing you. Actually, he hasn't been too bad, I guess. He's been really well-mannered, comparatively. Well, ignoring the lunatic, I presume you have business here at the embassy? Yes, sir. We would like to speak to the ambassador. That letter, right. I had been somewhat concerned myself, but I'm surprised the guild is acting. This is a request from Brigadier General Bright and the Royal Army, I take it. Technically, yes, but we're trying to investigate it as neutrally as we can, you know? Nobody's guilty till proven, that kind of thing. A commendable mindset. No doubt why he chose you. Very well, I shall introduce you to Lord Ambassador Crana. I suspect you'll find it easier to gain his trust if I do the introductions, as opposed to a certain someone. Really? Thanks, Mueller. Yeah, thanks. Oh, wait. You really have so little faith in me? You, thought we had faith in you for this? If you introduced us, you'd probably want to have us kicked out. I'm sorry, Olivier. Ah, the sting of being forsaken. Sting of the truth, maybe? Lord Crana is in his office on the second floor. I shall go announce your arrival. Give me a moment. Oh, hey, it's been a while, Olivier. Are these your guests? Indeed, one could call them guests, but I'm more inclined to think of them as my soulmates. Our days spent together have been so tender, so sweet. I feel to merely call this force love does a disservice to our bond. Is that not so, Estelle? Wait, does that mean you've dumped Mueller? My head hurts. I think I'm starting to understand Mueller's suffering. Can we actually read any of them? Oh, the Cornelia novels! Okay. So this is where I read them. Okay, okay. That's another one that I will go through and read the whole thing of. Okay. So this is the office? Wow. Indeed. Shall we make our grand entrance and shock the ambassador into silence? Mueller can totally cut you in half, you know. No, he can't. Physically, he's able to. Would not end well for him, though. I apologize for the wait. Lord Cranon will see you now. Welcome to the Erebonian Embassy, guests. I am Lord Davil Cranon, the duly appointed ambassador and voice of the Empire in this land. I'm Estelle Bright of the Bracer Guild. Zin Bathik, also of the Guild. I'm Chloe Rins, second-year student at the Genus Royal Academy and assistant to the Bracers. Hers is much less impressive when she puts it like that. If she used her actual title, it would be insanely more impressive. They're like, I'm a Bracer, I'm a student. Like... And I am the servant of love and peace, Olivier Lenheim. Ugh, you. I'd heard you'd gone missing in Elmo Village. Try not to worry Mueller further, Olivier. Or me, for that matter. Such a strict dressing down. Much more, and I'll have to lose my jacket. Setting that aside, you are here to inquire about the threatening letter, yes? What do you want to know? Okay, I'll be direct, sir. Do you have any idea who might be behind the letter? Is there anyone in the Empire who might oppose the signing of the pact? My, you are direct, young Bracer. I appreciate that. I can tell you truthfully, however, that I can think of no such person. His Majesty is very happy with the pact as it stands, in fact. And no one within the Empire would be foolish enough to gainsay his leadership on such a matter, of course. Yeah, I bet. So you think it's the work of someone outside the Empire, then? What other answer could there be? If you want my opinion, it's the opposition party in Calvard behind all this. Some silly ploy to make the president look bad, no doubt. Opposition, doing whatever it pleases. This is a perfect example of the fallacies of mob rule. Huh? I have to question that, your lordship. Don't get me wrong, our major political parties basically beat each other over the head anytime they can, but even if the pact fell apart due to this, I don't think anyone could blame it on President Rocksmith. Details. You think the mob thinks like that? All I can say for certain is that the person issuing these threats cannot be from our empire. That should be more than enough assurance for you. Well, excuse me, Lord Cranon. May I ask what Chancellor Osborne's opinion of the non-aggression pact is? What? Flawless? Word I don't know. Chloe. Who? The highest appointed official of our most glorious and august imperial government, the Blood and Iron Chancellor, Gileath Osborne. His nickname comes from his personal motto. Our nation's peace must be built on a foundation of blood and iron. He has overseen the expansion of the rail system, as well as the annexation of several smaller states on our borders through less than diplomatic means. Wait, you mean he... Olivier, how can you criticize your empire's chancellor? Oh, but Davil, how was I criticizing? I simply stated the facts. But come now, it wouldn't hurt to be a bit more cooperative, no? We've already spoken with the lovely Ambassador Cochrane over at the Calvardian Embassy. She was quite helpful, you see. What? Why, if we don't help these people now, it will give them cause to doubt the character of Erebonia. That would be a tragedy, wouldn't you agree? My Lord Cranon, there's no need to keep information related to this hidden. May I humbly suggest that being open in this case will not present a problem? You have a point, Mueller. Very well. To answer your question, miss, Chancellor Osborne, like His Majesty, is most receptive to this pact. In fact, I hear he is actually the one who suggested His Majesty should sign it. Really? That's because he's looking forward to getting the engine, right? No. Apparently he recommended it to His Majesty before any mention of the engine. If anything, I'm glad there's harmony at home over this pact. There's been no pressure for us to negotiate. Hate to say it, Estelle, but it's looking like there really isn't any chance of someone from the Empire. Yeah, looks that way. Ambassador, thanks a lot for answering our questions. See? It is as I said. If you're looking for the guilty party, you should look elsewhere. Oh, but one sec. If you don't mind, we have one more question. Yes, a most pitiable situation, the separation of a child from her parents. Imperial traders do visit the embassy at times, but a merchant from Crossbell? I do not recall such a man, no. Are you familiar with this Hayworth, Mueller? No, I've never heard of the man either. Really? Aw. This is starting to look kinda grim. To search at once for both a blackmailer and a lost child's parents sounds most trying. It may seem trite, but I do wish you luck, young lady. Thanks, Lord Cranach. Allow me to show you to the gate, then. I actually have Mueller in my party right now. That's so weird. Thanks, Mueller. Talking with the ambassador was a big help. No, you don't need to thank me. I didn't do anything important, really. Besides, this is a problem affecting all our nations. We should be working together. Indeed. I do hope we can solve this. Huh? Olivia, you're awfully quiet. It's nothing. I was simply lost in reverie for a moment. It doesn't concern our current business. Pay me no mind. Okay. Olivier, you'll be staying here at the embassy in the evenings while you're here in Grand Cell, yes? Where else? I would not miss the chance to have more sweet dreams in your bed, as always. What? Oh my. Stop with the jokes before you give the ladies too many ideas. And images. Push those jokes too far, and I may have to spear you upon the embassy flagpole. So that's the direction I should approach from. You teach me more every day. Alternatively, I could just cut you in half right here. I'm fairly sure I could explain it to Lord Cranach. That would be rather less lovely. Forgive the joke, my friend. So that's how you keep Olivier under control. Maybe I should write this down. I'd say they match each other perfectly myself. That's a terrifying thought. Well, regardless, I shall pardon myself here. Good luck with the rest of your investigation. I love Mueller. I hate that Mueller's character model looks evil. Like, if you just opened the screenshot and glanced at him, you would think he's a villain. And he is not. Thanks again, Mueller. Evening already. Time does fly when you're having fun. The only letter victim we've yet to visit is the Liberal News. Yep. Well, let's not waste any more time, eh? Let's get over there and see what's what. Alright, I'm gonna end this one here because I don't really have time to do another big chunk of the story, and I know it's gonna take a little bit. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. In the next one, we will... trying to decide. We'll probably try to finish up the Blue Blanc quest. And we may go investigate the sewers to try to do that sewer monster first before talking to the Liberal News, because I have a feeling once we talk to them, it's gonna progress the main story. So we'll decide when we get there, but I do think I want to finish up a couple things before I do that. But thank you guys so much. Hope you have a great day, and I will catch you next time.